Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing some work on my car. The rear parking brake seized up, so I can't use my parking brake, and I'm a guy that loves to use my parking brake. I just don't like to leave my car in park and walk away. Usually when you do that, especially on an incline, the car tends to go back and forth, or when you put it in drive, you can feel it. I don't like that. I like to use my parking brake, helps to hold it in place, just in case, you never know. So the other day I pulled up the parking brake and realized it comes all the way up, nothing's going on with it. I look under the car and notice one side of the parking brake is seized up, so I disconnected the cable. But I did buy rear parking calipers already, because like I said, I plan to do some brake upgrade on this car. I'm not gonna do the fronts yet, I'm just gonna do the rears now since that's where I have the problem. I did buy an extra set of rear caliper. I powder coated them. No, I didn't do a video for that one. Oh well. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put those on, and so I can go ahead and use my parking brake again. So let me show you what I did to my calipers. Okay guys, check out these babies. So I bought an extra pair of calipers, took them apart, powder coated them, then I send them out to get reassembled because these things are a pain in the ass to work on. And trust me, I'm gonna be swearing like a drunken sailor if I try to put these things back together. And I wanted to make sure they work properly. So I sent them out, get them reassembled. Now they're back to me and I'm ready to put them on. And this is why, like I said, I'm doing it in a pair, because you wouldn't want to put one of these on. So you know what, if one fail, you might as well change them both. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the old ones off. I'm gonna powder coat them, send them out to get reassembled, and have them as spares. Because you know what? My car is only 3 years old and one seized up already, and that's something I use every day. So at least I'll have a spare sitting there if something goes wrong. And I might do them in a different color so I can switch back and forth, who knows. But for now, we're gonna put these on. The company even gave me new crush washers for the banjo bolts. So when you put them on, you won't have any brake fluid leaking anywhere. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start disassembling the car and put these on. Okay, so now that I've gone and jack up the car, crack the nuts, I'm gonna go ahead and take the wheel off. Okay, so here we go. Now we're gonna try and remove this caliper. Let's hope it's not seized up enough. And man, I'm telling you, I lost my light the other day. Brand new light I bought. I have no idea where it went. It's like it just picked up legs and walked away. So now it's so much more difficult to get any work done, I tell you. So okay guys, we're gonna have to go ahead and remove the two bolts that hold the caliper in, which is these two bolts here. There's one right here, and the other one is down here. We're gonna also remove the banjo bolt, which is right there. I know it's hard to see, but man, like I said, I can't find my light. I'm gonna have to go buy another one. And then we're gonna remove the two bolts that hold the caliper bracket, which is, I think you can see one right there. And there's another one at the bottom. There's also a bolt behind here that holds on the parking brake line to the caliper. So I'm gonna remove those and come right back, and then we're gonna go ahead from there. Okay, so with these two bolts out, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. I already cracked this, so it's be easier to come off later. Go ahead and remove this, put it aside. I'm not too worried about the brake hose because I'm gonna change them later to steel braided lines. So now all we're gonna do is take the two bolts out for the caliper bracket. I've already go ahead and cracked those, so comes out pretty easy. I'm so glad they weren't rusted in there. So that's one. And the other one. I'm still gonna use these rollers and pads. I'm not ready to change these yet until I do some more work. Then I just make one big change and change everything. So those are off, put them aside. So now all we gotta do is crack this, put on two new washers, put on a new caliper and tighten it, and then but let me get the drain pan. All right, as you can see, we can move the parking brake back here. This is the one going on. This is the one on it right now. As you can see, I can't even move that thing. It is on there. It is just seized. So now I've already cracked this nut. I'm just gonna go ahead, take it off. I have a drain pan down there to catch any brake fluid. So I'm just gonna remove that one, change it to crush washers, put 2 new ones on. So you just take it out, put one on, take the line. Oh. I thought that came off. Don't forget to make sure the other one comes off. There it is on there still. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. I gotta pry it off. Got a screwdriver. There's the old one. New one on. And then take this off. There she goes. Put it in. Put the new one under there. Grab your caliper. Put it in there. And tighten it down. Make sure you don't cross thread anything, because if you do, that's the end of that. Come on. I could leave it for last, but I don't want too much brake fluid drain. Whoop. Too much brake fluid drain out. Make sure you wipe off this brake fluid. That thing will eat through the paint. So, I mean, it's powder coating, it's a lot harder, but still, let's tighten it for now. We'll tighten the rest later. Now we can go ahead and put the bracket on. So we're gonna have to go ahead and use some silicone paste on the slider pins here to make sure they're moving in and out nice and easy. Last thing you want to do is put on brand new ones and let them seize up. So take them one at a time. Put some of the silicone paste on here. I got new bolts with it. Now, go ahead and put this back on. Grab my number 17. Not too tight. I like to tighten them evenly. Okay, now those are on. Sliders are sliding in. Everybody likes it slippery. Now this is what's going to clip back on here. This is going to go back on here, but I'm going to go ahead and put the brake pads back on, put it back together, and then you know what? Should have done before. Let's put a little bit of anti-seize. I don't like to do it with the rotor on there, but a little bit of anti-seize here. Slide my pads back in. this back on here. And put in the new bolts that I got with the caliper. There she is. Look how good that looks on there. Now all I have to do is hook up back the parking brake cable. Let's see if I can do it now. Now all we gotta do is hook up the parking brake cable. Okay guys, that's it with the calipers done, and I can tell you they look very good. This camera doesn't do it justice because it can't pick up on the pearl color that it is. And man, I bet you these are gonna look real sweet in the daytime. Can't wait to put on my my summer rims. Cause I tell you, look what the winter did to these rims, man. It freaking chewed the hell out of these rims. Look what the salt did to these rims. So these are gonna be refinished. I don't know if I'm gonna spray them or I'm gonna powder coat them. But one way or the other, I'm gonna fix them before next winter in a different color. So now that you see how these look, just imagine how good the front's gonna look. Okay guys, that's it for the install for the rear caliper. So they went in great, and thank God nothing seized when I was trying to take them out. So what I did, I used a lot of anti-seize on the nuts and bolts to make sure nothing is seized. The next time I have to go back in and change the rotors and pads, because I will be putting on new rotors and pads in the future. I won't get to the front as yet because there's more work I have to do before I can do the front caliper, and you just have to wait to see what kind of caliper I'm gonna put on there. Like I said, there's a lot more mods coming up for this car. You just have to stay tuned to see what the mod's gonna be. But first I have to go ahead and detail this car in and out. I mean, it is filthy after this winter we had. So I don't know, I might do a video on it, I might not. You just have to stay tuned and see what I'll do next. But trust me guys, you don't want to miss the other mods that I have planned for this car. So if you guys have any questions or comments, go ahead and throw them in the comment sections, and I'll answer them as best as I can. And don't forget to subscribe guys, and give these videos a thumbs up. Thanks a lot. Laters.